when you're trying to find the domain of the graph of a square root function, you just got to keep in mind that we're not allowed to square root negative numbers. I mean, we could if we were going to use complex numbers, but we're not going to do that because we want to put this on a number line, and imaginary numbers are not on a number line. So we just have to guarantee that the stuff underneath the square root symbol is always positive. Now, don't get me wrong. It's okay that we have negative 4x here, because there are values for x that will make this part of the problem positive. All that I have to guarantee for sure is that whatever x values I pick, ultimately, this entire thing doesn't end up being negative. And one way to say things are not negative is to say that they're always greater than or equal to 0. This basically means, right, that means not negative, if you think about it. You know, take a minute to mull that over. And what I want to guarantee is that this negative 4x plus 44, this entire quantity, is never negative, or that it's always more than or equal to 0. So I'm going to take that expression, negative 4x plus 44, and I'm going to say that it needs to definitely be greater than or equal to 0. And now I'll just take the steps involved in solving that kind of an inequality. So that means, subtracting 44 from both sides to get negative 4x is more than or equal to negative 44. And then I'm going to divide both sides by negative 4. Now that's tricky. Careful there, because if I divide by a negative, then of course this alligator mouth has to go from being greater than to being less than or equal. You have to flip the way it shows. And that's the domain. So the big news is just honing in on this idea that whatever's underneath the square root symbol has to be bigger than or equal to 0, because we cannot let it be negative.